Hey everyone, my name is Chris Hernandez. I'm part of Savvy Health Solutions. Today we're doing a quick 15-minute high-intensity interval training style of exercise routine. We're going to have 3 blocks, 2 exercises in each block. We're personally going to do a 20-10, so 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off today. But feel more than welcome to if you want to change it up, if you want to make it a little bit higher in terms of how long you're working, or if you want to add more blocks or less blocks, by all means, change it up to an intensity that matches your style. So let's go ahead and get started with the first block of the day. Alright, so for our first exercise, we're going to prep up this midsection area by starting with the dead bug. So in this case, I'm going to use some fiber softener as my weight, but you can use any other material that you have at home, or you can go without weight as well. So I'm going to get started on the floor here. We're going to go legs up, flex at a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to put the weight right above eye level or so. Alright, so from here, all we're going to do is stick one leg out. Make sure this leg that's stick out is floating off the ground. And then we're going to slowly transition into the other leg just like that. Okay, so likewise you can do this without some weight. Having hands up here, same spot. And then slowly kicking out with both legs just like that. Alright, so our next exercise will be a lunge hold. So you're going to get into your normal lunge position, and then we're going to hold at the bottom for about 1.5 seconds or so, and then we're going to come on up. So, for here, we're going to come down, we're going to hold for about 1.5 seconds or so, and come back up, and then back down again. Alright, so main things into your lunge holds will be keeping this front knee above the ankle. For example, here, we're dropping straight down, make sure this front knee is right above the ankle. And if you're looking at it from this front view, make sure the front knee is also in line with the foot. So don't let it cave in, so don't push it out too far out. So make sure it's just in line with the foot. Alright. So we have 20 seconds on for the lunges. We're going to split it in half, so 10 seconds on one leg, and then 10 seconds on the other leg. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with block 1. Alright, let's go and get started with our dead bugs. So again, you just want to slowly kick out with the legs. You don't need to use some weight if you don't want to. You don't have to make it a little bit harder by just holding out this kicked out position. Makes it a little bit harder. Alright. Next we got our lunge holds. Again, remember we're splitting it 10 to 10 seconds with each leg. We're going to come down, hold, and come back up. Come down, hold, and come back up. And you can vary how low you go as well. Alright, so I'm going to switch the legs out. We got our last 5 seconds here. Alright, looking good. We got 2 more rounds, 2 more rounds. Again, if you want to make it a little more challenging, you can definitely hold this kicked out position. Makes it a little harder. Good, y'all. Keep it up, keep it up. Alright, and like this with the lunges, you can also grab some weight. Makes it a little bit harder, I'll see. Alright, so all of our exercises that we're using today definitely help us out when we're out biking, so it all is for a purpose. Alright, so I'm going to switch it out. We got last 3 seconds here. Alright, looking good. Last round for each one. Alright, so just an example, you can go without some weight, hands can stay in the same spot, or they can reach back as well, so opposite limbs can reach back. It's also a good alternative if you don't have any weight on you. Alright. Again, just to give you an idea, you can also use some weight for our lunges. Make sure that front knee is right above the ankle, in line with that foot as well. Alright, so I'm gonna switch it out, opposite leg. We got last couple seconds here. Alright. Alright, good job y'all, keep it up. Go and grab some water, get prepped up for our second block, and we'll get started with that right now. Alright, so block 2, we're gonna have glute bridges and mountain climbers back to back. So with our glute bridges, we're gonna hop onto the floor here. We wanna get set up, heels right underneath the knees. Keep the knees in line with the hips or so, alright? You need to go toes facing up or onto the ground. From here, you really want to push on the heel as hard as you can. Bring the hips up as high as you can, which makes the chin tucked in, alright? So once again, we're here, push into the ground, and bring it back. Just like that, alright? So these will be our glute bridges. Alright, next we got mountain climbers. So we're going to get into our push-up spot, and then bring the knees up as quickly as we can, straight forward, right? So if we're here, bring the knees up, just like that, or we can go a little bit faster, just like that, alright? So key is to have a nice straight line, turn back down to your toes, don't let the hips sag down, keep them up, alright? Keep this part really engaged. With our hands, make sure your hands are pointing straight up, like normal, so just like that. And also make sure that the tips of the elbows are not caved in. Make sure to point them relatively in line with your hands, so pointing forward. And this will bring your chest out a little bit more and keep your back a little bit more engaged, alright? So that's going to be our next block. We have glute bridges and mountain climbers. Alright, we got glute bridges. So again, really push off those heels as hard as you can. When you come up, really squeeze the glutes as hard as you can as well. Right, you can take a little bit slow and hold up top, or you can always go a little bit faster in between each rep. Alright. Next we got mountain climbers. Remember, push-up position, bring the knees up. Again, you can go with every pace you like. You can go medium, slow, high pace. You can also hold the knees up at each spot. Get a little bit more of the core engaged. Alright, last couple seconds. Alright. That was a little harder. Alright, going back to our glute bridges. Alright, again, make sure to keep those knees in line with the hips. Don't let them cave in. And if you have some kind of weight at home, you just put this right here on the hip area and push up and come back down. Alright. Looking good. About halfway in. Again, make sure to point those pits of the elbows straight forward. Keep that core engaged, don't let your hips sag down, keep it nice and high. Alright, looking good. We got last one for each one. Whew. And if you don't feel this is challenging enough, you can always go single leg as well. Pull up top, take it down. Alright, make it a little bit harder. You can really flex that glute as hard as you can. Alright, we got last set of mountain climbers. You can tell, really get your heart rate pumping. Once you get the hang of it, you can try to really pump those knees as fast as you can. So imagine you're biking here. Got the last couple seconds here. Alright, things are really ramping up now. So good job with block 2. Grab some water real quick. We'll start our last block here in just a second. Alright, so for block 3, we're gonna be doing a little bit more cardio-based movements now. So for our first exercise, we're gonna do a high knee agility ladder. So the reason why we're doing this is not only to get your heart rate up and work on the cardio portion of bike riding and whatnot, but also to start practicing moving these legs as quickly as possible. Alright. So if we don't practice moving quickly, we won't be able to translate that in the real world, in this case biking, and being able to pedal a little bit faster, right? To be able to move the legs faster. So if you notice we don't have a ladder here, we don't necessarily need one, right? Just imagine you have squares and you're going to have 2 feet stepping into each one, alright? So you move your hands at the same time into this high knee motion. So we'll take it slow and go a little bit faster here. So imagine we're just stepping in each square of the ladder and moving back and forth, alright? So let's now go ahead and go full speed. So we're here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and bring it back this way. Alright, so again, going forward now. Alright, so those will be our high knee ladder drills now. So our second exercise will be a pause, squat, jump. So instead of coming down, all the way down into your squat, we're going to go into a quarter squat, pause for about a second, second and a half or so, and then jump up, really explode up, get some power into the legs, alright? So, show you this angle and that angle from here too. Feet want to be about shoulder width apart. You really want to point the toes just slightly out. I'm going to squat down just slightly, alright? I'm going to hold this spot here. With the hands, we're going to explode up and jump and then land softly, land with nice soft feet. Alright, so here we go. Pause squat, jump up. Nice smooth landing, alright? So you don't want to land with stiff legs, or you don't want to try to stomp your way to the ground. Imagine you try to be as quiet as possible with your landing. Nice soft feet, really cushion that landing. Alright, so let's try that one more time. I'm going to a quarter squat, jump up, back down. Alright, so quarter squat hold, and jump back down. Alright, so you don't necessarily have to do the jump. You can also do the pause quarter squat and tippy toe the way up. Alright, so again, pause quarter squat and tippy toe yourself up and get tall. Alright, so we've been training the first 2 blocks more of a strength based, the leg extension, using the glutes to really pedal hard. Now I'm going to focus a little more on power and the cardio portion to help you out with your bike rides, alright? So let's go and get started with block 3. Alright, so what the ladder can be doing going forward or sideways. Let's go ahead. So again, key is moving your hands as quickly as possible. Alright, now going forward, last couple seconds. Last way good. Alright, get yourself moving a little bit quicker now. Alright, we got pause, jump squats here. Alright, on the quarter squat, pause, jump up. Quarter squat, pause, jump up. Again, you can also tippy toe it as well. So quarter squat, pause, and get tall. And get tall, right? Make sure to push those knees out. Alright, looking good. Halfway in, this time to go facing forward with our ladder drills here. Again, you also go 1 foot at a time, a little bit larger step. You can also go a little bit smaller steps here. Alright, we're going fast again. Alright, so change it up, right? You can go a little bit shorter steps, you can go a little bit higher steps like your high knees. Change it up a little bit. Alright, let's go. Make sure really soft landing. And let's try it from this angle here. Again, you don't have to go too deep into your squat when you do your pause squat portion of it. Alright, looking good. Well, last one. We're gonna get ready. Yeah, make sure everybody moves his hands fast. The last couple seconds here. Alright. Looking good. We got last one. I'm really tired. And pause squat. Soft landing, alright? Alright, try from this angle here. And we're using those hands to explode up. Alright. Good job, y'all. Good job with those 3 blocks. Again, get a little bit more strength, cardio, and a little bit of power. As you can tell, it gets you pretty tired. Today we did 3 blocks, 20-10, but again, you can always change it up, make it whatever time frame you like as well. Catch my breath a little bit. But again, appreciate y'all tuning in. If you ever have any questions, definitely reach out to us, and we'll see you next time.